Our CAA Hoops Summer School Series continues today, presented by Geico with the head coach of the Hofstra Pride, Danielle Santos Atkinson. Coach, first off, thank you for taking the time to join us today. How are you doing and the folks in your inner circle and family during this coronavirus pandemic?
We're doing well. I mean, obviously, it's unprecedented times. It's a new normal for everybody. And so, for us, we've been taking it day by day. The uncertainty, obviously, is tough, especially for planners and people that want to have an idea of what's going on, what's coming up, and what's going to happen not only tomorrow, 2 weeks from now, but 3 months from now. And so that's been tough, but just being able to spend the time with family has been incredible. That's time, especially as a coach and as a player, that you just don't get that time. And so for me, we've got a 3-year-old and an 11-month-old. And so we had our daughter last September. And it just felt like I had her, and then we took off running, baby in tow, and starting the season. And so just, slowing down and being able to spend some time with my crew was really, really great. Definitely the silver lining of everything that's going on. But, yeah, I mean, again, day by day and just taking it slow.
Could you kind of align to it a little bit, having extra family time? That absolutely a silver lining and a positive coming out of this, because coaches are usually on the grind during the off season. There's usually not an off season for you. What else? Maybe other things you've been able to do that maybe you wouldn't have been able to tend to during the off season that outside of family time, were able to catch up on any? I know Netflix has been a big thing for a lot of people. Favorite book or anything like that? Any other activities?
Yes. I mean, again, like I said, we've got an 11-month-old and a 3-year-old running around the house. And so I know, much like a lot of other parents, that is a nonstop deal, especially when you're home with them, all day. And so we haven't really done a whole lot. We've spent some time, like I said, with family. We have watched some good shows. I know Ozark was our big one that we watched right into quarantine. We did watch All American right at the start of quarantine, and then just catching up here and there on different movies. Most of the time, it's my husband has a shift, and then I have a shift, and then we both work the graveyard shift and trying to catch up with our work. But again, we haven't really gone anywhere. We haven't traveled. We've got those 2 little ones, and so we've just tried to be as safe as possible. We've done some fun stuff, with the team, and in terms of Zoom, I think we've all probably Zoomed enough for the remainder of our lives. If I never Zoom again, I would be okay with that. But that's again, it's going to be part of our new normal and what we're doing. But we did some really fun things with the team and getting to know each other and developing and growing. And so really that was our focus. And during this time in quarantine is spending time with our family as much as we can, keep it in perspective, and seeing how we can still grow and develop as a team, even when we're away from each other.
Coach, you talked about all the Zoom calls with your team. Obviously, that was one of many challenges I'm sure that you had to face during this COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, it was. And again, for the players especially, it was tough on them because it was something that they weren't used to. It's hard to keep that focus and to really feel what we needed in that time. But I think our team did a great job with it. They not only had Zoom calls and did things with us, but they also did things as a team. We did a lip sync battle over Zoom. We were able to do some different fun stuff. And so they were able to get together. They even did just on their own and with themselves, just some different workout things that they did together. And so I really think that time to being able to spend together, you take for granted, I think, when you're all together and you have the required time that you're together, you feel as though you've spent time, and so now just being able to spend time at your leisure, I really feel like they may have communicated a lot more than they would have had we been in person. Because again, like I said, you kind of take the time that you spend together for granted, but that together time might be in the weight room, it may be on the court, but just the time and getting to know each other and have fun and hang out, they were able to do that during this time. And so I think that was great.
Coach, speaking of time on the court, not sure if the players are back on campus for you yet. If they are, how have those workouts been? If they haven't been, what is the plan moving forward? I know it's very fluid and it can change on any day, but for right now, how do you see this working out for your team, and what is it going to look like when they do resume, practice and workouts and the progression of all of that as you get ready for the season?
Yeah, well, first and foremost for us, as I know for a lot of programs, is safety and everyone's health. And so I think Hofstra has done a great job in making sure that we've taken the right steps in bringing our athletes back into a safe environment. And so our athletes are not back on campus yet. They've started the move-in process. And so about half our team is on campus, but they're just moving in. We have not started any workouts or classes or anything as of yet. And so the remainder of our team will come in this week. Next week, we'll start looking to get our physicals done and then start workouts shortly after that. And for us, it's going to be a slow progression. We're going to start with just some strength and conditioning stuff. They have been off for a very long time. And I couldn't imagine, as an athlete being out that long, that what your body has gone through. Your body is used to a certain regimen, used to a certain routine, and being away from that, even though our girls have done a great job of really putting in work, it's still different. And it's still different from the things that you would do on campus when you're with your team, when you're with your coaches. It's a different intensity, and it's also different exercises and things as such. And so we're going to take our time, make sure we get a solid base. We don't want any injuries. That's the last thing we want. That's not worth it. And then we're going to slowly progress. We're going to start with some one-on-one workouts, some small group workouts, and slowly progress into team workouts once our doctors and administration feels it's safe.
Coach, I know it's had to have been really a whirlwind for you, especially in the last 12 to 18 months between, your first year head coach of a Division I program, moving your family, having a newborn, just to, when you kind of reflect on all that, and then on top of it, you have something beyond unprecedented with this pandemic right now. How have you been able to manage all of that and be able to kind of continue to push through?
Yeah. Well, first I'm writing a book. No.
I was going to say, perfect time.
No, we do. We do tease a lot that I definitely one day will write a book. It has been, as you said, the past, 18 months has really been nothing as I imagined. If I had written a book prior to what I thought becoming a head coach would be and would be like, it'd be nothing as such. And so we faced some adversity, some challenges. We had a lot of success amongst our team. We cheered, we laughed, we cried. I think we've been through the roller coaster of emotions on top of, our adding to our family. And so it's been a lot. But the thing that I always say is I absolutely love what I do. And I think if you don't love what you do, then it would be hard to endure anything. It'd be hard to endure the ups and downs of a season, the ups and downs that you go through personally. And so that would be tough. But when you are part of a program that supports you and all that you do in terms of me having a baby and being able to manage that throughout the year, being able to take my family on the road, be able to have my daughters, here at practice and in the office, and then also, like I said, being able to do and do something that you love with people that you really care about. Our staff has been great throughout this time. Our players, you couldn't ask for a better group coming in as a first-time head coach. Everybody was on board. Everybody was bought in. And every single day it was, what can we do to be better? And they were willing to do that. And so when you have all those things in place, like you said, there's going to be the ups and downs, the heartache, the adversity, the excitement, the celebration, the success, but you're able to handle it all when all those things are in place, when you have that support, when you absolutely love what it is that you do, and when you're able to really join forces of what I do for work, but then also and having my family be a part of that.
And Coach, speaking of your program, you go into your second year coming up. How will this year's team look different than last year's team? Who are some of the top returners that you'll be looking to, and maybe some of the new faces that us CA fans and people that follow the league haven't heard of yet?
Yeah, so I'm really excited about this incoming year. When you just talk about, our team look, we're going to have 6 new faces on the floor, 5 new coming to our program, and then 1 in Jayla Henry, who sat out last year, that'll be joining us on the floor this year. And so with 6 new people coming to the court, it's really going to change the dynamics of our team on and off the floor. And it's something that we're really, really excited about. We've got a core group of returners that really had impacts for us last year that are going to be expected to return and not only do that, but also bring more. It's the expectation every single year is that we come back better, stronger, and that we're able to do even more than we did the year prior. But we have Jayla Henry, like I said, is one of our newcomers coming. We have Rosalie Nicholson, who's coming in, Jada Peacock, who's coming in. And then we have 2 freshmen that we are really, really excited about, and Selma and Zaima. I think they're going to be great additions to our team. And then we just got to transfer Jashani Knight from Pittsburgh. And so she'll be sitting out this year for us. But again, really excited. She's going to help us in practice and change our intensity and our flow and really challenge our returning players. For our returners, like I said, we've got a great group. Jalen Hines was an impact for us on both ends of the floor last year, offensively and defensively. Jakayla Brown was another guard that really had great minutes for us on both ends of the floor, as well as Sorrel Ineza. And so those were our impact players last year that are returning, but also a great returning support cast that is going to, again, be expected to really have big impact for us this year.
Coach, you just spoke of on some of the returning players. As you look at the CAA landscape and the conference coming up this year, how much has it changed? I know a lot of players who have been in the league for a while. You coached against them last year, have now moved on, graduation. What will the CAA look like, do you think, coming up this year?
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of parity, which is one thing I love about the CAA anyway, that there's always, every single night, there's always, a challenging game ahead of you, no matter who it is that you're going to play. From top to bottom, I feel like every team always, when you step out on the floor, is going to give you their best. And that's what I love about the CAA. I do think, like you said, there's a lot of players, a lot of the top players that have graduated and moved on, but there's also a lot of great players that are entering the league as well. And so we're just going to continue to work and continue to get better. The CAA is such a strong league throughout the country, and we're happy to be a part of it. And we're going to make sure that once we go out there this year, we're going to be competitive and really make a statement this upcoming year.
Wrapping up today with the head coach of the Hofstra Pride, Danielle Santos Atkinson. And Coach, outside of everyone, having to deal with COVID, we also had as a country a big off-season headline in regards to the social injustice movement and Black Lives Matter. What have you said to your team or your student athletes talking about in regards to the social justice?
We've had a few meetings with our team, and it's something that we're very, very passionate about, and it's something that we want to have a voice with. And I think our student athletes at Hofstra, but also on our team, have done a great job of doing just that. A lot of them have become part of different initiatives in their communities and different initiatives here on campus. And like I said, I think our student athletes have done a great job. They've started we're starting a student athlete group, a Black student athlete group that's going to be great and really looking to have different programming in terms of education, different programming in terms of events. And so I think it's great and obviously for a great cause, and looking to be a part of even more initiatives here, not only on campus, but then also here in our Hempstead community here in New York. And so we're definitely going to do our part. Our team is fully registered to vote. And so we're going to make sure, again, that we're going to try and reach as many people as we can while also doing our part. But definitely something that we're passionate about, and definitely something that we're going to continue to have a voice with as we go on throughout the year.
Coach Santos Atkinson, thank you so much for sharing your insight in regards to the social justice movement and what your team is doing and will continue to be doing. And also thank you for sharing your summer with us. Stay safe the rest of this summer along with your team, and hopefully we'll see the Hofstra Pride back on the court fairly soon.
Thank you very much.